The wolf, the biggest member of the Canidae family, is a gregarious mammal that hunts in packs of 2 to 30. As the apex of the food chain, they are the best hunting predators. Human hunters are the lone danger facing the wolf. Canis lupus, also known as wolves, is a kind of wild animal belonging to the dog family that hunts in groups. Paleocene, the era 60 million years ago, is when wolves first evolved. When the Carnivomorpha family divided into filiform and cuneiforms around 40 million years ago, wolves were derived from the first cuneiforms, which also included foxes and canines, dogs. They are native to both Eurasia and North America, and it is believed that East Asia is where they were originally domesticated around 15,000 years ago. The fifth toe on the hind leg of the wolf's progenitor, Tomachus, has been retained by modern dogs and wolves and is visible on their claws. The dire wolf, on the other hand, was a huge dog with traits similar to a hyena and one of the earliest breeds of wolves to exist. Similar to hyenas, dire wolves hunt and scavenge for food. The dire wolf resembled a giant contemporary gray wolf in terms of bulk and stature. It's a popular misunderstanding that the dire wolf was smaller than the gray wolf of today. But during the Quaternary extinction event, dire wolves and their main food species both became extinct. The demise of these wolves is thought to have been caused by competition from other species, dependence on mega herbivores, and climate change. Wolves have evolved to be resilient in the face of extreme conditions. They can also adjust to see in both day and night, which allows them to survive many months in the Arctic's winter without light. Their exceptional sense of smell, which is 100 times better than humans, sets them apart and enables them to recognize other wolves as well as the scent of their prey. Wolves have 2 layers of fur, an inner layer that protects them from the cold and an outside coat that repels dirt and other fur. Wolves use noises like howling, snarling, and barking to communicate. They utilize them to signal danger and to help them find their group. Since wolves are carnivores, they like eating big animals with hooves, such as moose, deer, and elk. They also feed on rats, hares, and smaller animals like beavers. A lone wolf may eat up to 20 pounds of meat at one meal. Due to eradication attempts by settlers who considered wolves as a menace to livestock, wolf populations in the United States were almost completely eradicated in the early and middle of the 20th century. The management of wolves is a very divisive topic. Ranchers and other persons worried about the safety of humans and animals regularly dispute with environmentalists on the subject. For those who have lost their main food supply to wolves, some states have livestock compensation schemes in place. People could not completely eradicate the wolf population in this way. All things considered, there's a good probability that wolves will be able to rebound from their population decline and that people will learn more about the value of wolves and their vital function as ecosystem predators. Wolves dwell in packs of 6 to 10 and hunt together. They have been documented to cover up to 12 miles in a single day. When wolves are successful, they eat in excess. Within the pack hierarchy, there exist hierarchies for men and women. Conversely, the older wolves within the pack enable the other wolves to protect their area while also tending to the young and providing food and care. Because teamwork and collaboration enable them to capture larger prey, they dwell in groups. Wolves hunt in packs without established laws, but they take advantage of physical disparities. Lighter females often lead the rush. Between 20,000 and 40,000 years ago, dogs and wolves split from a common ancestor, but at the same time, they started to evolve separately. Dogs and wolves, Canis lupus, are linked, or more precisely, dogs and wolves are connected. In many aspects, wolves and dogs are very similar, yet wolves are often bigger. In general, wolves' legs are longer than dogs'. Dogs and wolves have the same number of teeth, but dogs' teeth are smaller and less powerful than wolves', as are their cranium and jaw. Unlike wolves, dogs are no longer able to hunt or scavenge food due to human domestication. Research comparing the capacities of wolves and dogs shows that the latter develop more quickly, a trait linked to their capacity for wilderness survival. In contrast to a domestic dog, which plays largely for fun, a wolf pup needs play to develop social skills and survival abilities. Wolves only reproduce once a year, in contrast to dogs, which can breed numerous times a year. Wolves have a rigorous mating season that runs from February to mid-March, with pups born in April and May, according to Rossetti. When wolves feel socially isolated, they may exhibit playful or subservient behavior instead of their usual hostility toward their canine kin. Wolves and humans have a long history together. The previous people observed and learned from the behavior of the wolf, treating it with respect and caution, just as the Native American tribes in North America. They held that all living things in the natural world should be treated with the same decency as human families and society at large. Competition only started to arise later, when people started to colonize new areas. The wolves started to lose their areas for hunting. Some of them eventually made their way to populated areas in search of food. Threatened, a few were permanently wiped off. Human attempts have been observed recently as wolves are being reintroduced to areas where they were first eradicated. According to Defenders.org, wolves are essential to maintaining the health of ecosystems. They support the management of elk and deer populations, which is beneficial to several other plant and animal species. Additionally, the remains of their prey aid in the redistribution of nutrients and provide as food for scavengers and grizzly bears, among other animal species. In terms of cohabitation, moral reasons contend that wolves and other wild creatures must share the land and resources with humans. Particularly when it comes to borders, there are rights that nature may have over human rights. Where they formerly flourished, wolves have a right to remain. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fun and educational videos.